Well, I am so excited to talk to you today about goals, strategy, and tactics, because this is really the secret sauce. First off, the goal might sound like a no-brainer, but some people forget what it is: to increase revenue. Hello, we're in the business of making money. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. Now, a lot of people think of the strategy as being the goal, and the strategy I'm going to use is to increase audience. That's a strategy to achieve that goal. There are lots of other ways to do it. Some through, hacking staff. I mean, that's one way to increase your revenue, right? Spending less money on people. I say increase the audience both on air and cross-platform. There are a lot of platforms that are available to us for free. So let's utilize every tool in the arsenal we possibly can. And by the way, interactive audience, because an interactive audience is much more likely to be salable to the clients. And that's what we're looking for right there. Now, a variety of tactics we're going to use. I told you before, I didn't really want to let the cat out of the bag in all my different tactics, but I'll give you a peek inside the bag. You know what happens when a wildcat gets loose? You've heard about that, right? Good. All right. Well, first off, on-air tactics. First off, make every break count. I mean, every break. Use cultural touchstones. I mentioned in my morning show philosophy that there are assignments that are handed out to the various people on the show, and that all that is, well, what are you planning on doing today? Well, I'm going to watch, the world's biggest loser or whatever. And so that person is in charge of watching that and coming up with 2 or 3 observations they can share with us on the air. We can slot that into a thing, maybe come up with a biggest loser bit or something like that. But that's what that's all about. Cultural touchstones, things that other people are going through. Maybe they're just going out to eat that night. That's their assignment. Go out to eat, but observe and come in with some observations based on that. Balance in the clock because of that. Now, part of making every break count is making sure that you're hitting all the service elements, that you're hitting all the different information about the artist, that you're doing the cultural touchstones, that you've got something funny going on, a little something for everybody in every quarter hour, little mini shows within shows. Spiking the phones. That's a big one that people neglect a lot of times. Oh, the phones aren't ringing. Well, it works 2 ways. Call people, give them a line, have them feed it back to you. Now you've got interaction. And there's something about success. It feeds more success. So you can do that stuff. Engaging the listeners on every level possible. That might mean going out and talking to people on the street as well when you engage the listeners. Better interviews. Here's an idea for interviews, not just on the telephone or in studio, but using Gmail's video chat or just even audio chat online. You set up an account for them, a dummy account. They can sign into that thing. Now you've got studio quality sound in your studio. It sounds like they're right there or pretty close to it. Sounds a whole lot better than a telephone. It's not so fatiguing on the ear. Much more interesting. And the liners that you get, a whole lot better. All right. By the way, no contests in the morning show. They're games. Games are much more fun to listen to. Gosh, I'm just barely scratching the surface on my on-air stuff. More on-air stuff. How about a window sticker campaign? I always call them window stickers because a bumper sticker, why that's down, it's on the paint maybe, and people don't like to do that. And by the way, when you're parked behind a car, what do you see? You see the window in front of you. You don't see the bumper. Okay? The window sticker is line of sight. But it's labor intensive to get those on cars. Don't just put them in stores or hand them out to people at contests and at remotes and things. Put them on cars. Register people to win a contest. And do that for an extended period of time, a sustained effort, and you're going to see your stickers, I promise you, everywhere. They will be more ubiquitous than UK stickers. They really, really will. How about being an on-street ambassador, street level ambassadors? When you're out doing stuff, your personality is switched on, baby. You're doing stuff. You're interacting with people in line at the grocery store, talking about what's on the front page of the magazine, maybe saying something funny or just making an observation. Maybe they recognize you, maybe they don't, but believe me, by the end of the conversation, they can engage. Listen to what they're saying. Interact with the community. Invite them to listen to the show. Or to even call in. Give them a card. Write the telephone number on there to the warm line. And by the way, a warm line is an important thing we can talk about in the future. MOS, man on the street stuff. I carry with me my little pocket recorder all the time. Here it is right here. I take this out with me and I'm always ready to ask people questions, and I can get a variety of them. And then whenever it's time to put those in the computer, I just pull this apart, slide it in, edit it up. It takes no time at all, and you've got a really cool bit. Now you're ready to answer some telephone calls as people interact with the folks they heard on the street. And by the way, the people you talk to on the street, I'm going to be on the radio tomorrow. Be sure to listen. See, that's how it works. Every event you do, every appearance that you do, every remote broadcast, it's an event of some sort. There's something extra going on. It's not just, we're selling cars down here at the car mart. No, there's something different going on at each one of them. Some reason other than a sale for them to come out. It's fun to play the games in person, to watch the games. Do things like, I don't know, Pepsi bowling, do the turkey hurl, whatever it happens to be. Have a pie eating contest. Something that's fun for people to do, something that's different that people will talk about, that they'll come out to see, that works for the client, and it's more fun on the air than just, we've got sale items. Who cares about your sale items, frankly? Really. Other things you can do, hire an entertainer, hire a magician, hire a guy that makes balloon animals, or a singer, a band, whatever it is. They'll a lot of times do that just for the mentions on the air. Tell them you'll tease them for a week in advance and let them pass out cards at the event, or pay them some nominal fee, $50, whatever it is, at the particular event. They'll come out. Believe me, they'll come out. Another thing you can do is have some sort of a contest. You have the pie eating contest. Get some local heavyweights, maybe an anchor from another station, or a politician who's wanting to, kiss hands and shake hands and kiss babies, and bring them out to the event. Should be a lot of fun. Community involvement, but careful, strategic community involvement. Not overextending the station. That's why I have the 2 charity rule typically. Now you can do some other things, especially like around Christmas time when you have things like the Toys for Tots campaign. And that wouldn't count as a major campaign or anything, but something you could actually do. By the way, don't do politically divisive stuff. By that I mean maybe something recycling, as innocuous as it sounds, strikes some people the wrong way, strikes other people in a different way, and it just has political connotations it didn't used to have that we don't need to have. I devised a campaign. I recycled, I can't remember, tons, I think it was something like 50 tons of phone books in Reno. I got a commendation for doing that. It was a big deal in 1991. Recycling now smacks of too green for some people, not green enough for others, and so no sense in going that direction. But you can raise money, you can raise awareness, actually make a difference in at least one charity. Exploit your TV connections, by the way. Here's another thing you can do on the air. When a celebrity is coming to town and they're going to be in the studio with you, contact a TV station. Let them know that stuff. Okay? Oh, and if they won't come, then you set up a couple of cameras, one trained on the celebrity and one trained on the overall arc of what's going on in the control room. You just cut back and forth between them and take the sound off the air. Now you've got something you can put online. That's going to come in a later a tip, a little tidbit, a little tactic that you can use. When an event has great visuals, TV stations, and Deanne, you know this, TV stations are always looking for something interesting, something visual, something exciting and different and local that they can put on the air. If you can provide that for them, they'll love you and they'll put you on and everybody's friends. If they don't turn up, then you can shoot the stuff yourself or have an intern shoot it or whatever and have the visuals edited for them and they're ready to go. Look for angles that benefit the TV viewer, not that just benefit the TV station. The producer is going to wonder, why should I put this on the air? Give them a reason. Tell them why it's important to their viewers and they'll want to do it. Invite the anchors and reporters on the air. Or just on the telephone, interact with them, talk with them, laugh, cut up, show the man behind the curtain for them too. They'll love doing that, and it's good for both of you. Partner on a big charity event, whether it's a food drive or whatever it is, with a TV station, with an anchor, that kind of a thing. Find a way to get involved. You get TV coverage out of it. They get radio coverage out of it. One hand washes the other. Everybody's happy. I've only talked about tactics on the air. Still to come, we have YouTube tactics, Facebook tactics, and Twitter tactics. I'm going to get to those in the next video. I hope you'll watch those as well. But here we go. Here we have our goal to raise revenue, our strategy by increasing audience awareness. And you can't just sit in the station anymore. You have to touch people. This is how it's done. And the third thing is the tactics, and we're getting right to that.